selamat pagi semuanya. Selamat datang di IF Talks pada pagi hari ini. Yeay, terima kasih yang udah nungguin di waiting room ya dari tadi. Dan sekarang kita mulai seminarnya di jam 10 tepat. Jadi hari ini kita akan bahas apa? Pasti udah tahu semuanya. Terima kasih yang udah daftar mungkin dari sekolah atau dari sosial media atau mungkin teman-teman di center yang infoin ke kalian semua ya untuk join IF Talk kita pada pagi hari ini. Jadi memang temanya sekarang kita adalah belajar untuk skill focus group dan nanti kita akan membahas tentang bagaimana cara untuk mastering listening skill yang pasti semuanya di sini kepengen banget untuk bisa nih lebih jago dalam menganalisa audio-audio dalam bahasa Inggris atau lebih mudah mengerjakan tes-tes listening dalam bahasa Inggris. Yang hari ini juga kita akan ditemani sama IF, teacher kita yang paling populer se-Jawa Timur Bali Lombok, yaitu Mr. Ashley Bevan. Let's say hi to him first. Hi, Mr. Ashley.
Okay,
how are you
hello,
today?
Vicky, and hello, everyone at home. Hope you are having a great morning. We are here in Surabaya. It's a little bit basah, a little bit wet today. But regardless, we are here to practice our listening skills. Now, to help with today, make sure you have something to write on. So paper and pencil or typing on your keyboard, because we will be practicing our listening skills with some exam questions, Miss Vicky.
Perfect. Jadi hari ini nggak cuma ngedengerin aja ya. Teman-teman di sini juga akan langsung praktis langsung gimana sih ngedengerin audio-audio, dan Mr. Ashley tentunya akan memberikan tips and trick untuk mengerjakan listening skill atau meningkatkan listening skill kalian dengan oke. Nah, sebelum kita mulai seminarnya, Vicky mau ingetin dulu untuk semuanya di sini stay di dalam acara sampai akhir, karena nanti di akhir acara kita akan bagikan e-certificate untuk semua peserta yang hadir di sini. Dan e-certificate-nya bisa kalian pakai di mana aja nih, mau masukin ke LinkedIn, mau masukin nanti kalau sananya mau lanjut sekolah dan lain-lain. Jadi pastikan untuk teman-teman tetap stay di akhir acara, karena nanti nama kalian akan kita record, dan nanti e-certificate akan kita kirimkan langsung ke emailnya kalian yang sampai stay di akhir acara. Dan juga nggak perlu nanti kalau seandainya di pertengahan kalian merasa kok kayaknya kurang jelas ya, atau terus kok aku materinya yang ini tadi kelewatan dan lain-lain, no worries, karena nanti materinya juga akan kita kirimkan ke kalian bersama e-certificate-nya. Dan juga sebelumnya, khusus nih untuk yang hadir di sini, kita akan memberikan konsultasi gratis, yang mana nanti teman-teman bisa langsung mendapatkan konsultasi gratis. Kayak contohnya nih, mungkin di sini ada yang kayak penasaran, Miss, aku tuh pengen tahu ke nanti lanjut kuliah di luar negeri, atau mungkin Miss, aku pengen untuk ngelakuin sesuatu nih. Nah, yang berhubungan sama bahasa Inggris, tapi aku nggak tahu level bahasa Inggrisku seberapa. No worries, karena IF akan memberikan kalian fasilitas untuk mengecek kemampuan bahasa Inggris kalian secara gratis hanya untuk peserta yang hadir di sini pada pagi hari ini. Jadi caranya gimana? Tinggal WA aja nih ke kita. Nomor HP-nya IF mungkin bisa lihat di layar, ada di 0822 2000. Nanti bisa langsung akan dihubungi oleh teman-teman IF untuk kalian scheduling kapan waktu yang paling oke buat kalian. Bisa online maupun offline kalau seandainya di center kalian ada IF terdekat. Oke semuanya, tanpa kita menunggu lama-lama lagi. Oh ya, Vicky mau tahu dulu, di sini semuanya koneksinya oke nggak ya? Dan kalau seandainya kalian udah bisa mendengar dengan cukup jelas, dari tadi dijelaskan sama Miss Vicky dan Mr. Ashley, kita udah bisa sapa-sapaan dan udah bisa oke koneksinya, gambarnya juga clear, bisa ketik di kolom komentar dong untuk bilang bahwa semuanya clear. Ya, kita pengen lihat nih, kalau seandainya memang di sini ada yang koneksinya kurang oke, bisa langsung move ke YouTube kita, ada di channel YouTube kita IF Surabaya. Di situ lagi live streaming juga, jadi supaya kalian nggak kelewatan, dan nanti mungkin mau mengulang lagi apa yang udah dijelaskan sama Mr. Ashley, bisa langsung cek di YouTube ya. Oke, thank you semuanya yang udah balas di kolom chat. Clear? Setelah ini kita akan ngobrol sama Mr. Ashley ya. Mr. Ashley, we cannot wait to see your materials for today.
Great. Okay, are we ready to start then, Miss Vicky?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Okay, everybody. So let me just get my materials on the screen. There we go. Okay, so today we are looking at listening skills. Now, we're going to look at, there we go, two types of skills. So first, we're briefly going to look at general listening skills. So this is how we can improve our overall listening ability. And then later after that, we'll also look at some academic listening skills. So these are some examples of examinations or example questions from exams such as Cambridge, IELTS, TOEFL, and strategies that can help you get a better score and help you do well in the test. Okay. So first, let's look at active listening. So general listening skills. First, active listening. Now, what is active listening? So active listening is when we are focused on what the person is saying and we're absorbing it. So that means we are actually making sure to listen clearly rather than, it says simply glossing over. So rather than just half listening and understanding the general message, there are ways we can focus so we can better understand how what someone is saying or understand the listenings, Vicky.
Okay. And how about the academic one? Are you going to continue to that?
Oh, yes. So we're going to have the general first.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll do a little session on general, and then after that, we're doing the academic. Yes.
Nah, kebetulan teman-teman di sini, listening skill yang kan kita cover hari ini ada dua. Ada di general listening skill, di mana kalian having any conversation aja sama semua orang dalam bahasa Inggris ya. Jadinya kalian bisa mengabsorb message-nya apa, kalian bisa tahu ketika komunikasi itu maksudnya seperti apa, dan nanti juga akan dikasih tips-tips gimana untuk meningkatkan active listening skill ini. Yang tentunya penting banget kalau seandainya kalian mau menguasai skill bahasa Inggris secara keseluruhan, karena the point of having English kan komunikasi terus ya teman-teman. Dan nanti yang kedua kita juga akan bahas soal academic listening skill yang nantinya tentu ada diksi-diksi tersendiri, yang nanti juga ada tips-tips tersendirinya juga di mana kalian akan pakai ketika mengerjakan tes dan lain-lain. Oke, let's continue to see what it is about tentang yang active listening skill.
Yeah, so this is what active listening is. So yes, completely focusing so we can absorb as much information as we can. Now there are some ways we can do this. So here are 7 tips to improve your active listening skills and make it easier for you to understand the message or the details from listening. So tip 1, first tip is eye contact. So eye contact is a really important way of making sure the speaker knows you are focused, and also you're able to, when you eye contact, looking sometimes down and seeing their lips move can help you to understand the message they are saying. But one thing, when we have our eye contact, you can be alert. So it means you show you are interested and listening, but not intense. So not there just staring like this, yeah. If you're staring like this, it's a bit intimidating, yeah, Vicky.
Yeah.
Staring at each other like this. So having eye contact when someone is speaking to you, but in a nice, friendly, welcoming way, Miss Vicky, not in an aggressive way.
Oke, jadi untuk ada 7 tips gimana caranya untuk membuat active listening skill kalian ini meningkat. Jadi yang basic dulu, yang pertama adalah tadi eye contact. Jadi kalau seandainya kalian lagi berusaha nih untuk mendengarkan orang ngobrol dalam bahasa Inggris yang lagi ngomong sama kalian, yang pertama, make sure kalian membuat eye contact. Dan yang kedua, staring, tapi jangan terlalu kayak agresif gitu. Ngelihatnya jangan yang kayak gitu, kata Mr. Ashley tadi. Jadi kayak tetap in friendly way, yang penting kalian terasa fokus, lalu juga ramah juga, dan eye contact-nya tetap dilakukan. Kayak gitu. Oke, what's the next tip then?
Another tip is to pay attention to non-verbal signs. Now, what do we mean by non-verbal? So verbal is coming from the mouth, what we're speaking, the sounds. Non-verbal things like gestures, so moving our hands, body language, like all that. Different ways that people express their emotion without using their words. So if we are focused and we see their body language, we can start to understand, like, oh, maybe if we don't know every single word, we can see, oh, this person is enthusiastic, so it must be something good, yeah? If they're speaking like this, or with a frown, or looking more negative, or this information maybe is bad, or is negative towards me, or something, So having focus on body language and gestures can also help with your listening, Vicky.
Oke. Nah, ini juga salah satu tips yang menarik karena sekarang kan maybe everybody wear mask too, you know. So it's
Yes.
kind of hard to actually hear or maybe see what they speak. So body language will help a lot. Ya kan teman-teman. Jadi kalau seandainya sekarang karena semuanya pada pakai masker juga mungkin ya. Terus habis itu kalian mau dengerin ngomong apa ya tadi. Nah, itu kalian juga bisa mengamati body language-nya dia. Apakah dia seperti mendeskripsikan sesuatu atau dia kayak lagi marah atau apa. Jadi meskipun kalian nggak bisa mendengarkan kata per kata, tapi kalian bisa menebak kira-kira message yang mau mereka sampaikan ke kalian itu apa by seeing the body language-nya.
Yeah, and that's an excellent point, Miss Vicky.
Mhm.
Since wearing masks the last 2 years, I also sometimes find it more difficult to listen or understand conversation because you can't see someone's mouth. Or also the material can sometimes stop the sounds coming out. So if someone is a quiet speaker or doesn't speak with volume, then yeah, that can really make a difference when trying to understand the message. So in that case, yeah, looking at body language, maybe eye contact, trying to guess what the message is, yeah, that can really help us, Vicky.
Okay.
Okay. Next step, next tip, number 4. So create a mental image. So a mental image, mental up here, image, a picture. So when someone is speaking to you, as well as listening, you can start to think, oh, okay, so they're talking about this topic. Okay, maybe they're telling me about their weekend. Okay, so they went to the mall. Okay, so in my head, okay, so we can start thinking about a mall. Oh, and then I went to buy some shoes. Oh, okay, so I'm thinking department store. So starting to create an image based on the sounds you hear. So you start to make like a mental story of what is happening, Vicky.
Oke, nah jadi ini juga salah satu tipsnya kalau seandainya kalian udah mendengarkan kata per kata ini, akan membantu untuk kalian bisa lebih gampang memahami atau memiliki active listening skill yang cukup tinggi jika kalian itu juga bisa sambil menggambar di dalam kepala nih. Kira-kira tadi itu, oh dia ngomongin soal kemarin. Kalian ngebayangin kemarin, dia pergi ke tempat mancing mungkin, jadi kalian bisa membayangkan itu, membuat cerita itu di kepala kalian sehingga nanti kalian bisa memahami nih message-nya apa, bisa merespon juga harapannya dengan baik. Dan bisa karena berbeda bahasa ya, mungkin di sini banyak yang bahasa ibunya bahasa Indonesia dan berharap untuk bisa lebih memahami gimana kalau seandainya orang-orang itu berbicara dalam bahasa Inggris, mungkin kalian bisa melakukan itu untuk switching instead of translating doang daripada kayak cuman translate aja, kalian juga bisa benar-benar menggambar nih. Oh, itu yang dia maksud. Hal kayak gitu ya. Okay, maybe later can we like practice something about this thing?
Thank you, Vicky.
Yes.
So another way we can listen actively is trying to empathize with our speaker. So empathize is when we're trying to feel what they're feeling. So if someone is maybe telling you about a difficult situation, you can start to go, oh yeah, I understand. Oh, I see. Oh, I have had a situation like that before. So trying to not just listen and being cold, but trying to get into the same emotion as that person and try to feel what they're feeling. So they feel comfortable as the speaker and they're more likely to give more detail. And if you're also trying to feel or imagine the emotion they are feeling, it's helping create that mental image more. Oh, I see, I'm starting to understand, starting to generate a picture and a feeling. So that's another way of helping our active listening.
Okay, so it's almost like one package with the previous one, yeah. So you are like creating an image, also feeling it too.
Yeah, and if someone is speaking to you and telling you something, then yeah, you don't want to just be like, yes, yes. Well, most of the time you don't. Sometimes, yeah, if you are maybe at an office, you might be yes, yes.
And also the reaction you give to them.
Yeah, you want to create like a nice, confident, comfortable environment for the speaker to express themselves.
Oke, nah itu juga tips yang oke dari Mr. Ashley gimana untuk having conversation in English. Jadi tadi setelah selain kalian juga punya mental image-nya nih, kalian juga empathizing atau berempati sama lawan bicara kalian juga, berusaha untuk berada di posisinya mereka dan merasakan apa yang mereka rasakan. Jadinya kalian bisa memberikan respon yang baik, yang komunikatif, yang membuat mereka juga memberikan lebih banyak detail lagi atau mau ngomong lebih banyak sama kalian. Dan kalian juga lebih gampang untuk memahami message apa yang mau mereka sampaikan juga memberikan respon yang paling oke. Oke, Mr. Ashley, what about the last two?
The last two. So, last two, we've got first provide feedback. So providing feedback is like reacting to how someone, to what someone is talking about. So if kind of like empathizing, starting to speak and respond to those messages that you're hearing. If someone is saying a problem, maybe, yeah, actually, when I had that problem, this is what I tried. Giving a suggestion, giving advice. So having that feedback also is demonstrating that you're understanding, right? Because if you are commenting on the listening, it means you should be understanding the overall message. And finally, keeping an open mind. So by this, we mean allowing someone to express themselves. You may already have an idea of what you think is right, what is wrong, where the story is going. But if you allow yourself to just listen, absorb, not have barriers when you're listening, it can help to expand the message you're listening to.
Oh, nice. Very good. Nah, ini juga sebenarnya tips yang keren banget ya untuk all kind of communication dan juga selain untuk meningkatkan active listening skill. Nah, kenapa tadi yang disebutkan Mr. Ashley, poin-poin ini meskipun nggak spesifik untuk bahasa Inggris, dia itu penting. Karena kalau seandainya kalian, teman-teman, udah mengaplikasikan hal ini di awal nih, kalian akan lebih mudah untuk mencapai message-nya yang mau disampaikan apa sama orang tersebut. Jadinya, seperti tadi yang dua terakhir adalah giving feedback. Jadi mungkin kalau seandainya kalian diekspektasikan untuk memberikan solusi mungkin, atau merespon dengan baik bagaimana apa yang udah mereka sampaikan, itu nanti mereka juga akan lebih detail memberikan lagi maksud dari perkataan mereka itu apa. Dan juga yang terakhir adalah tadi untuk keep an open mind. Jadi mungkin kan kalian ngerasa bahwa ada yang cerita ke kalian nih dalam bahasa Inggris, terus kalian kayak berasumsi, oh ya aku tahu cerita ini, aku tahu kok solusinya gimana. Tapi mungkin kalau seandainya kalian lebih aktif melakukan listening, lebih kayak lebih menggali aja, lebih dalam, kalian mungkin akan bisa expand message-nya apa yang diterima dan lebih paham lagi komunikasinya apa dan poin dari komunikasi itu juga bisa tercapai. Jadinya make sure untuk mengaplikasikan 7 tips ini tadi sebelum kalian memulai active listening skill atau jika kalian mau meningkatkan active listening skill-nya kalian. Karena tujuannya listening and communicating adalah gimana supaya message itu tersampaikan dengan baik. Okay, Mr. Ashley.
Thank you, Vicky.
Great
so
tips.
Yes, if you are finding listening is difficult for you or difficult skill, something you want to improve, try being more active when you're listening rather than just sitting and letting the message go past you and understanding not all of the words. Try using some of these tips to help you understand or better understand the message someone is telling you. Yeah, Vicky. Okay. So those are 7 tips on how to improve your general listening skills. Hopefully they are useful. So now let's look into academic listening.
Okay.
So in our academic listening today, we're going to look at three different types of tasks, looking at multiple matching, multiple choice, and form completion. And all 3 of these I've taken from Cambridge-based test, a TOEFL-based test, and an IELTS-based test. IELTS-based test. Oh, difficult.
IELTS-based test.
And there are different rules for each of these, but practicing these types of question are useful for all sorts of listening in academic texts and academic tests at school, all different areas that can help you improve your listening score.
Okay.
So today we're going to start with a Cambridge-style test, and we're looking at multiple matching. So here is an example of a multiple matching activity. So the instructions, you will hear extracts, pieces of audio. You will hear extracts in which people are talking about why their businesses became successful. Choose from the list what each speaker says. You will hear the audio twice. Okay. And we have our 5 options here, A, B, C, D, and E. So you will hear some audio and you have to match which of these options is the correct option for that speaker, Miss Vicky.
Okay, so there is only one answer?
Only one correct answer.
So it's like a multiple choice?
A little bit like that, yeah. You hear more than one speaker So maybe we're going to hear two different speakers today.
Okay.
One of these options will be correct for speaker 1.
Oh,
one will be correct for speaker 2.
Oh, that's why it says multiple matching.
That's right.
I see. Oke. Nah, jadi teman-teman, kita sekarang mau masuk nih untuk ke academic listening-nya. Tadi sempat lihat di slide sebelumnya ada beberapa international preparation exam things yang dikeluarkan sama Cambridge, ada TOEFL, ada IELTS juga. Nah, kita akan take a general look ya. Ngeliatin nih apa aja, gimana bentuknya nih untuk listening skill yang dikeluarkan sama institusi-institusi berikut. Dan untuk yang pertama ini kita akan belajar punyanya Cambridge English untuk multiple matching. Karena kalau seandainya kalian mungkin udah tahu berbagai macam soal bahasa Inggris dalam listening, nantinya mungkin di tes-tes lainnya yang bukan ketiga ini, atau mungkin tes sekolah kalian, bentuknya akan kurang lebih sama. Jadi ada multiple matching-nya, ada mungkin multiple choice-nya, atau mungkin fill the blank, dan lain-lain. Dan kita akan bahas-bahas hari ini nih. Dan tentu aja Mr. Ashley akan ngasih tips. Yang pertama bentuk kayak gini adalah multiple matching. Kenapa dibilang multiple matching? Karena nanti kalian akan mendengarkan beberapa audio dengan speaker pertama, dan mungkin audio dengan speaker kedua, dan nanti kalian milih di antara A, B, C, D, E ini, mana yang cocok sama speaker pertama, dan mana yang cocok sama speaker kedua. Okay, without further ado, will they choose?
They will choose.
In the chat box?
They will do. Also, you may want some a pen or pencil and paper to help you follow along with the lesson, Vicky. So please make sure you have something to write on to help you with this.
Oke, nah teman-teman di sini yang mau coba banget nih untuk aku mau coba untuk ngerjain ini dengan serius gitu, bisa ngambil pen, paper, dan nanti kalian mungkin bisa mencatat poin-poinnya ketika kalian listening, karena nanti kan hanya diulang 2 kali aja. Jadi ketika waktunya menjawab, you know the answer.
Okay. Now, as with any test, there are strategies we can use to help us find the correct answer. So before listening, when we get a test like this, a question, there are some things we can do to help guide us and make identifying the answer easier, Vicky. So first, we've got our question, we've got our answers. What can we do first? So the first thing, strategy, read the instructions. Sorry, let me move this around. So read the instructions to carefully understand the topic. So here we know we're going to highlight keywords. We can see it's talking about why businesses became successful. So it's important we highlight that first so we can create that mental image or understand, okay, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about businesses and why they are successful, why they do well. So we already have an idea of what they might be speaking about. Okay. Next, we can highlight keywords and phrases in the answers. So we've got our 5 example answers here. Some keywords I've underlined. I don't need to employ anyone. No need to employ anyone. Took a business course. Learned from other business people. Able to get financial backing. And made changes because of customer feedback. So why do we do that? Why do we underline these keywords and phrases? Well, it's again, so we can start thinking about what the person might be talking about for each of these 5. It helps us actively focus on the message of each of these answers. If we don't do this and just look at them, we might not be able to connect. Oh, A is about this, B is about this. So we're trying to really focus on the answer so we can prepare ourselves for what they might be talking about, Vicky.
Okay. Nah, salah satu tipsnya untuk mengerjakan multiple matching ini adalah tadi yang pertama, atau untuk di berbagai listening question lainnya ya, adalah yang pertama lihat dulu topiknya kira-kira apa. Contohnya di soal ini disebutkan bahwa topiknya adalah why their business become successful. Jadi kalian udah bisa menggambar nih kira-kira, oh nanti dia akan membicarakan soal bisnis, tentang elemen-elemen bisnis, pokoknya gimana supaya membuat itu sukses. Ya udah, aku udah membuat mental image sebelum kalian dipaparkan sama audionya. Dan kemudian tips kedua adalah gimana untuk melihat pilihan jawabannya. Kayak di sini ada A, B, C, D, E, terus habis itu kalian baca aja secara singkat dan tahu kira-kira topiknya masing-masing itu apa. Jadinya ketika audio diputar, kalian udah tinggal tahu, oh tadi aku udah baca ini tentang ini di yang D atau yang B atau yang C kayak gitu. Itulah pentingnya untuk membaca dulu soalnya sebelum audionya dimulai. Oke, Mr. Ashley?
Okay.
I think we are want to try.
Well, before we try, again, there's one more step to take.
Oh, really? What is that?
So we haven't even listened to anything yet.
Yes.
But we're preparing ourselves to have the best chance of getting the right answer.
Oh, okay.
And now I need your help, guys. So here, I want you to think of synonyms, so similar words, or paraphrases, different ways to say the same message for these 5 answers. So I'll do A as an example. I don't need to employ anyone. Could be things like work alone, don't have employees. Or if we look at B, maybe took a business course. So a business course, we might hear study, certificate, teacher, diploma, things like that. Now, how about for the other 3, everyone? In the chat box, what other synonyms or similar words, connected words, might you hear for C, D, and E? Type in the chat box.
Oke teman-teman, nah tadi step ketiga ini adalah gimana untuk cari sinonimnya dari keyword-keyword yang ada di pilihan jawabannya. Coba tap di chat box, kira-kira C, D, sama E itu sinonimnya apa ya? Mari kita lihat, ada yang mungkin boleh dijawab.
So here, like, learned from other business people. What words might you
be kira-kira apa? Hearing? Salah nggak apa-apa, nggak ada jawaban yang benar. Nggak ada salah dan benar. Pokoknya kayak kalian guessing aja, kira-kira C itu sinonimnya itu kali, Miss. I learn a lot from other business people.
Okay.
Like coaching, maybe training, something like that. Bisa
Good.
Juga,
got some here. Get inspired. Have a mentor.
Get inspired. Good. Have a mentor. Observe.
Observe. Experience. Course.
Yes,
Yeah. Very nice. Okay. All those are great, yeah. I've put others helped educate me, but like you're saying, we've got other words here, like get motivated, have a mentor is good, someone that can coach you. All of those are great. How about B?
Yeah.
Able to get financial backing. Now, I'm not going to tell you what financial backing is yet. What do you think that means?
Yeah.
Financial backing.
Coba cari sinonimnya yang D. Kira-kira apa ya yang dimaksud dengan financial backing? Coba kalian ketik D, kira-kira apa? Oh, ini belum waktunya jawab ya, teman-teman. Kok udah ada yang jawab C. It's not answering yet. Ini masih tips. Jadi kayak tadi yang dibilang sama Mr. Ashley, dalam seluruh listening test, atau mungkin kalian ketika mengerjakan ini, yang pertama cari topiknya, yang kedua cari keyword di jawabannya, dan yang ketiga adalah cari sinonim dari keyword-keyword tersebut. Nah, sekarang kita lagi cari sinonimnya nih. Kira-kira yang di A, B, C, D, E itu apa? Supaya nanti ketika audionya udah muncul, kalian tahu, oh ini tuh maksudnya ini, karena tadi aku udah tahu sinonimnya apa, meskipun dia pakai kata-kata yang susah.
Yeah, we've had lots of really great answers. Yeah, additional money, investing, saving, financial support. Yeah, from a loan from the bank. These are all great. Yeah, these are all connected to that, getting financial backing. So financial backing is someone supports you with money to help your business either start or just help with your business.
Okay.
Okay, good job. And how about E, everybody? One more. I made changes because of customer feedback. What might you be listening to there? So customer feedback, made changes. How do you think we get customer feedback?
Kira-kira apa teman-teman sinonimnya untuk yang E, made changes because of customer feedback?
Okay, Jonathan Ritchie, taking tips from others, good.
Okay, good. Taking tips from
Change their mind about something, taking opinions from different customers seriously, excellent, yes. Following the market, evaluation and improvement, innovation, these are all great.
Oh, great.
Yeah, all of those are fantastic.
Evaluated improvement, yes.
Yeah, so for me, I put adapted to what the customer said, but again, there's more than one synonym, yeah? So all of these words you're using are great.
Yes.
So why do we do that? We haven't listened to anything yet.
Yeah.
So why would we do that? Well, now that we've got ideas, if we hear some of these words and they connect to the message, we're more likely to choose the right answer. Because you'll be hearing one person speak twice, and now we have some ideas of different words they're going to use. Because they probably won't say exactly, I don't need to employ anyone. They'll probably say something with a similar meaning. That's how we normally test our listening skills.
Oh, I see. Nah, gitu teman-teman yang seperti dibilang Mr. Ashley, kenapa penting untuk tahu nih sinonim-sinonimnya? Karena nanti ketika audionya mulai, mereka itu nggak akan secara exact bilang apa yang ada di pilihan jawabannya. Mereka nggak akan bilang, I was able to get financial banking, dan kalian bisa dengan gampang milih itu. Biasanya mereka itu akan menyebutkan hal-hal yang artinya sama, makanya kalian penting untuk memperbendaharai sinonim-sinonim ini, terus habis itu memahami apa yang ada di lembar jawabannya itu, mencari sinonim dalam keyword, karena nanti akan membuat kalian lebih mudah untuk membuat mental image-nya apa, dan juga paham message-nya itu apa, instead of cuma nyari kata-kata yang sama. Karena biasanya that's the one that can trap you, ya.
Yes, yeah. Sometimes tests are designed to try and get you to choose a wrong answer with a similar word. So we need to make sure the meaning is the same as the answer. Okay. So that's our strategy. So we're going to listen to this piece of audio 2 times. So in Cambridge tests, we often listen twice. The first time when you're listening, try to identify the main idea. So you start to think which answer it could be. And the second time, check your option, the answer you've chosen, matches exactly what the speaker says. So it has the same meaning. So we're going to listen 2 times, Vicky.
Okay.
First time, main idea, choose an answer. Second time, listen carefully, make sure it matches that statement exactly.
Okay, translate a little bit. Jadi jangan lupa habis ini akan ada 2 kali audio yang muncul. Seperti yang Mr. Ashley bilang, yang pertama, kalian dengarkan, pahami, menjawab. Lalu untuk yang kedua, kalian lebih memahami lagi apa yang dimaksud sama speakernya, dan nanti memastikan bahwa apa yang kalian pilih itu benar-benar nyambung nggak jawabannya. Jadi mari kita coba bareng-bareng ya.
Okay.
It's okay if they're wrong at the first time, right?
This is practice, right?
This is practicing.
Yeah. And this is also from B2, so it's quite high level, but we're challenging you guys, yeah?
Oh, nice. Okay.
All right, so let's try, guys. Here, I have already recorded myself with the text. So we're going to play the recording once, try to choose which answer you think, and then we'll play a second time, try to match. Okay, guys, hopefully you are ready. Let's listen to speaker 1. I'll make sure the volume is up. Here is the audio.
I started making scented candles for my friends in 2010. They proved a great hit because parents discovered that the candles helped their children to relax, so I started my own business making them. I soon couldn't keep up with demand from satisfied customers. I was lucky because I had a great product and I could prove that there was a market for it, so it wasn't difficult to find an investor. If I hadn't been able to do that, I'd still be doing this as a hobby, and I certainly wouldn't be employing 12 people. The business has really boomed, and last year we tripled our turnover.
Okay. That's the first listen. Hopefully, using some of those words we've highlighted, you can think about which option it could be. If you're not sure of one option, maybe it's, it could be this one, could be this one. So trying to, narrow down, make the options, reduce the options so we can have a better chance of choosing the correct answer. So we've got number 1 now, so you've listened once. We've got a few people with their answers, or one's put the answer in the chat. That's okay, but we need to listen a second time to check you have chosen the correct answer. Okay, guys, so listening part 2. Good luck.
I started making scented candles for my friends in 2010. They proved a great hit because parents discovered that the candles helped their children to relax, so I started my own business making them. I soon couldn't keep up with demand from satisfied customers. I was lucky because I had a great product and I could prove that there was a market for it, so it wasn't difficult to find an investor. If I hadn't been able to do that, I'd still be doing this as a hobby, and I certainly wouldn't be employing 12 people. The business has really boomed, and last year we tripled our turnover.
Okay, everybody. So you've heard the audio 2 times. What do you think the answer is? A, B, C, D, or E? Type your answer in the chat box now. Okay, getting a lot here. We seem to have a mixture of C's and D's by the looks of it. C's and D's.
Yeah, C's and D's and 1 E, I guess.
Okay.
Some E.
C's, D's, and E's. All right.
A little bit of E.
Okay, everybody. I'll give you maybe another 10 seconds to type your answer in. 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right, guys. So let's see here. Here is the text. So this is the reading. Well, this is the audio you heard. This is the script, yeah? So, of course, when we're doing a test, you don't see the script because this is a listening test. But this is the script that I read. So here, we're going to look for which words I mentioned. Now, if I highlight here, it wasn't difficult to find an investor. That would be looking at option D. So here, where we spoke about investment, loan, bank, yeah, that was our clue to get to D. It was not difficult to find an investor is another way to say I was able to get financial backing. So it's like a paraphrase of, it has a similar meaning to that answer D, Vicky.
Oke, nah ini setelah bisa tadi audionya udah ada, ini ada teksnya yang tadi udah disebutkan sama Mr. Ashley. Dan congratulations kalian udah jawab D, karena jawabannya itu memang passage ini tadi, atau yang udah disebutkan sama Mr. Ashley, menjelaskan tentang bagaimana bisnisnya dia successful karena dia bisa dapat financial backing, yang mana itu ada di jawaban yang D. Oke, tapi kalau misalnya tadi masih ada yang salah, no worries. Maybe we can try again, dan mungkin kalian bisa putar lagi audionya di YouTube, dan nanti juga akan bisa coba lagi tesnya di materi yang kita kirimkan ke kalian. We have another tip?
We do, yes, we do. So here, one other thing to mention about these audio scripts, sometimes they have words in here to try and trick you to choosing the other answers, yeah? So here where it says, let's see, it talks about employing people. It says, I would not be employing 12 people, which means here, they are actually employing 12 people, so we know it's not A. They're speaking about employ, but in a different way. Learn from other business people. So here, it says they had satisfied customers, but it doesn't mention learning from other business people. So that's where you need to be careful when you're listening. And again, this is quite a high-level listening. This is B2, so like upper intermediate. So if you got it wrong, it's okay. We are practicing together, yeah, Vicky.
Okay. Nah, itu tadi jadi contohnya memang ada beberapa kata, and also in the audio you use not a lot, ya. So it wasn't difficult to find an investor. So if they kind of hear it wrong, it kind of make them know that it is difficult to find an investor. That make the D.
That's correct, Vicky. Yes, that's where you have to listen for that detail.
Okay. Nah, makanya juga teman-teman ada not that it wasn't difficult to find an investor. Bisa jadi kalau seandainya kalian kurang aktif nih listening skill-nya, kalian merasa bahwa dia bilang susah untuk nemu investor. Jadinya kalian nggak milih D, padahal dia adalah jawaban yang betul. Jadi make sure untuk benar-benar listen word per word, lebih sering juga latihan dengan audio-audio akademik, karena itu akan ngebantu banget. Seperti apa, nanti akan dibantu kasih tips and triknya sama Mr. Ashley. Okay, everyone, let's continue to the next materials.
Okay. So let's try again. This time you have your same 5 options. We've still highlighted the same keywords. We've written our synonyms and our paraphrases. But now it's a different speaker.
Okay.
So again, listening 2 times. First time for the main idea. Second, to confirm your choice. Okay, everybody, good luck. Time for speaker 2.
When I bought my first truck a couple of years ago, I saw it as a way to get out of my career in sales. I'd been thinking about doing it for years, but I felt nervous about the financial commitment. I didn't have a lot of money back then, so I talked to all my contacts, entrepreneurs who ran their own companies, and asked for their suggestions about running a business. They were really generous with their time. Now that I run a very successful truck rental business, I've even been asked to give talks to students on business courses. You know, give them a bit of advice and feedback on their work.
Okay. First time. Hopefully you have some ideas. Remember, be careful because there could be some answers that are trying to trick you. So you need to listen very carefully. If you've chosen maybe 1 or 2 or 3 options, now listen again carefully to make sure it matches the exact same meaning. Okay. Second time, yeah, Vicky?
Second time.
Second time. Okay, everybody, here we go. Second time to listen. Let's see how you do. We turn the volume up. Okay.
When I bought my first truck a couple of years ago, I saw it as a way to get out of my career in sales. I'd been thinking about doing it for years, but I felt nervous about the financial commitment. I didn't have a lot of money back then, so I talked to all my contacts, entrepreneurs who ran their own companies, and asked for their suggestions about running a business. They were really generous with their time. Now that I run a very successful truck rental business, I've even been asked to give talks to students on business courses. You know, give them a bit of advice and feedback on their work.
Okay,
When I bought my first truck a couple of years ago.
There we go. All right. Type your answer into the chat box. So let's see. We've got lots of messages coming through. We've got C's, B's.
Yeah, C's, B's, some E too, again.
Okay, C's,
C, but a lot of C.
A lot of C's, a lot of C's.
A lot of C's.
There we go. Sorry, guys. Just check. Can you hear me clearly? Okay, 1 second. Maybe speaking.
Oke.
Check my microphone.
Oke, dan jadi teman-teman tadi thank you udah jawab. Banyak yang kalian jawab C ya. Dan tadi C adalah I learned a lot from other business people. Let's see apakah benar. Nah, tadi highlight sedikit juga. Oh ya, Vicky mau kasih info nih. Jadi surprise untuk yang masih di sini, kalian bisa dapat kesempatan untuk dapat merchandise gratis dari IF. Caranya gampang, cuman tinggal capture moment ketika kalian joining seminar ini dan storyin di Instagram kalian dengan mengetag @IF Surabaya. Nanti dari kalian yang udah mengetag dan ternyata paling seru nih, seperti apa story-nya, bisa mendapatkan kesempatan untuk 2 orang dapat merchandise gratis dari IF. Jadi make sure untuk snapping ya kegiatan kita pada pagi hari ini. Okay, Mr. Ashley?
Okay, thank you, Miss Vicky. Can you hear me again now? Yes, good. Okay. All right, so lots of C's, lots of D's, a couple of E's. Let's see the answer. So here is our script. Now, a few of you saying B, I think. I took a business course. Now, this is one designed to trick you. I've even been asked to give talks to students on business courses. So this is not taking a business course. This is helping someone else run a business course. So it won't be B here, but our answer will be here. I talk to my contacts, entrepreneurs, so like business owners who run their own companies, and ask for their suggestions about running a business. Here, which would be, I learned from other business people. So I got their suggestions. They gave me advice. I learned from other people, Vicky. So yeah, I think a lot of you got that correct with C's. If you chose C, that's great.
Great.
But yeah, that's one thing. So when we are listening, be careful for the ones that are trying to trick you. But if we do these steps, if we highlight our keywords, add synonyms, paraphrases, these are ways to help us before we listen, Vicky. So it gives us a better chance of choosing the correct answer.
Oke, nah jadi teman-teman, jadi kalau dalam listening, audio, terutama akademik dan memang untuk tes, ada pasti beberapa itu sengaja untuk mau menjebak nih, soal-soal menjebak kayak tadi caranya menggunakan not, atau mungkin seperti yang ada di audio sebelum ini, yang kayak mengarahkan kalian itu pada jawaban-jawaban yang salah. Tapi kalau seandainya kalian tentu aja dari awal sudah melakukan tips-tipsnya seperti kayak paham topiknya dulu, kalian udah memahami juga keyword-keyword yang ada di jawabannya dan juga mencari sinonim, tentunya akan membuat kalian lebih mudah atau instantly tahu aja gitu. Oh, ternyata maksudnya itu ini. Dari tadi udah ada mental picture-nya dan lain-lain, akan lebih mudah untuk kalian ketika nanti benar-benar menghadapi tesnya. Jadi make sure untuk tetap latihan ya. Okay, Mr. Ashley?
Okay, so that's Cambridge-based.
Yes.
Now we're going to look at TOEFL-based, so
Okay.
multiple choice. So here, it's slightly different, because here, you only hear the conversation once.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's no repeats for TOEFL, so you hear it once. So here's an example here of a TOEFL-based question. You've got 4 options. So you will hear short conversations between 2 people. After each conversation, you will hear a question about the conversation. The conversations and questions will not be repeated. So in TOEFL, we do not see the question here. You have to listen for the question as well. So here's an example. I'm going to skip this bit here and go here. So this is an example. You might hear on the left 2 people speaking. We have a man. I've always wanted to visit Paris with you. The woman. Why not next month? And then you'll hear the question, what does the woman mean? And you'll see our 4 options here. So maybe we can ask you guys, what do you think the answer here is from just the reading? What do you think the answer is? A, B, C, or D? Type in the chat box now. Okay, getting a few answers through. Lots of C's. Correct. The answer is C. So C is the best answer because why not next month is a suggestion, yeah? If I say to Miss Vicky, shall we get coffee this afternoon? She might say, yeah, why not? Let's go to local, I'm not going to say the name, to local coffee shop.
Okay.
But why not we use for suggestions? So that is why the answer would be C.
Okay, I see.
Okay. Now, how do we answer this? Our strategy here in TOEFL is you should focus on the second line of the conversation. Because the correct answer is probably like a restatement or something similar to the phrase in the second line. So that's what we want to focus on. Now, if you don't understand all of the words, then try to choose an answer which is similar to this one, yeah? You might not hear every single word, but here we heard, why not, blah, blah, blah. When do we use why not? Why not go? Oh, for suggestions, yeah? So which of these options talks about suggestions? It would be C.
Okay.
And finally, in TOEFL, or any multiple choice, don't leave the answer blank. Always choose an answer. Even if you don't have any idea, you've still got here 25% chance of guessing it randomly. Of course, hopefully we can guess the answer through our meaning, but do not leave it blank.
Oke, nah ini tips yang seru banget ya dari Mr. Ashley. Jadi kalau seandainya untuk short conversation ini, listen to the second line, jadi speaker kedua. Biasanya mereka akan memberikan respon atau atau feedback dari speaker pertama yang biasanya kan ditanyain maksudnya apa sih speaker kedua ini, karena fungsinya emang untuk kalian memahami sentences dalam bahasa Inggris. Contohnya kayak why not. Nah, kalau seandainya kalian memang nggak kedengeran kata per katanya nih, untuk yang di speaker kedua, kalian bisa mungkin cuma denger why not-nya doang. Nah, biasanya kalau why not itu dipakai ketika lagi apa ya? Bisa langsung lihat jawabannya juga. Kalian rekannya yang tadi harusnya udah baca jawabannya kira-kira tentang apa. Ada yang tentang kayak ngasih suggestion, atau dia malah nggak mau berangkat, atau lain-lain. Dan bisa langsung kayak notice, oh kalau dia bilang why not, berarti dia men-suggest something. Dan itu bisa kalian coba untuk jawab, seandainya kalian nggak yakin. Dan kalau seandainya kalian memang benar-benar nggak tahu jawabannya nih, karena audionya cuma 1 kali, terus habis itu kayak udah, aku benar-benar nggak tahu. Jangan dikosongin ya kalau mengerjakan TOEFL. Karena bukan minus, jadi kalian masih punya kesempatan 50% untuk menjawab dengan benar. Oke, Mr. Ashley.
Okay, perfect. So that's the strategy for taking TOEFL.
Yes.
So now it's time for us to practice. And yeah, remember, you only hear it once. You have to be prepared. And it's a bit stressful because you only hear it once. But the more you practice and using these tips, focusing on the second line, and that the answer will be connected to that second line, that should help you. Okay, so let's try. Again, with your paper, pencil, pen, write down the letter you think is correct. So of course, first you can look through the answers here. So you have an idea of what we're listening for. So I'll give you maybe 10 seconds to look through these answers so you can start thinking about another way of saying these, like we were doing with Cambridge. What words might have similar meanings to these? So a few minutes ago, the flight departed. The flight will start much later. They are frightened about the departure. The plane is going to take off soon. Okay, let's do this. You'll hear it one time. Type your answer in the chat box. Here we go.
I'm tired of just sitting here.
Relax. I'm sure that the flight will depart within a few minutes.
What does the woman mean?
Okay, so you've heard it, you only hear it once. Which of these answers do you think is correct? Type your answer in the chat box now. All right, gonna quite a mix here. A, B's, D's. A, B, C, D's. All right, okay, so it's a bit tricky, yeah, guys? So let's take a look at what the correct answer is and why.
I'm tired of just sitting.
So here we can see the script. So the first line, the man, I'm tired of just sitting here. The second line, remember, focus on the second line. Relax, I'm sure that the flight will depart within a few minutes. Okay, so now you've seen the script. What do you think the answer is? Type your answer again in the chat box. Is it A, B, C, or D? I'm sure that the flight will depart within a few minutes. What do you think, everybody? All right, still a few different answers there. Okay, so let's help you all out. The answer here would be D. D. But why D? Okay, relax. I'm sure the flight will depart. Now, will, we don't use will for the past. We use will for the future. So here, which one is talking about the future? We've got will start much later, is going to take off soon. Okay. Will depart within a few minutes. In a few minutes. Is a few minutes a long time, Miss Vicky?
Not really.
Not really. It's going to take off soon. Something in a few minutes is something that will happen soon. So the answer would be D.
Okay.
D there. Okay. Some got it correct. Some found it difficult. That's okay, guys. We're here to practice. Okay. Let's try another one. So let's try again. This time we have 4 different answers. So I'll give you maybe 20 seconds to read through these answers, try to think about different ways of saying them. So the boss was working on the reports. He would have to finish the reports before the end of the month. He was directed to stay late and finish some work. Or he could finish the reports at home. 2, 1. Okay, everybody. Let's try answering this one. Remember, you only hear once. Listen for the question. And Vicky, do we focus on line 1 or line 2?
Line 2.
Line 2,
Sure.
that's right. Line 2 will probably contain the answer.
Yes.
All right, everybody. Semangat ya, you can do it. Let's try together.
Why were you so late in getting home from work?
My boss had me finish all the month-end reports. What does the man mean?
Okay. That's it. You hear it once. What do you think the answer is there, everybody? Type your answer in the chat box. What do you think? A, B, C, or D? All right, got some C's, some D's, some B's, a couple of A's. Okay. Still a bit tricky, yeah? All right, let's take a look at the script, see if it helps. So here's the script. The woman, why were you so late in getting home from work? Why were you so late? Because my boss had me finish all the month-end reports. Finish the month-end reports. So the second line, the correct answer is based on this second line. So what do you think now, everybody? A, B, C, or D? Now type your answer in the chat. If you had a different answer, it's okay. Read and see if you want to change that answer. My boss had me finish all the month-end reports. Okay, a bit of confusion here, I think, between B's and C's. Okay, so the answer here, sorry guys, but the answer is C. Yeah. So why is it C? Okay. The boss, so he was late getting home from work because his boss had him finish, so made him finish all of the reports at the end of the month, the end month reports, month-end reports. So that's why he was late. The boss said, you have to finish these reports. So he didn't have to finish them before the end of the month. He had to finish the reports which were due, or reports that were based on the month-end report. So yeah, the answer is C. Tricky, I know. A few of you got it. A few of you got the correct answer.
Yes.
But the answer would be C. Okay.
Okay.
All right, everybody. So I think, should we just do one more, last one before we finish?
Okay, maybe one more. I can explain a little bit first.
Yes, you can. Over to you, Miss
Okay.
Vicky.
Oke. Nah, teman-teman tadi kira-kira udah mulai paham nih ya maksudnya gimana. Kalian juga udah dengerin audio-audionya yang kira-kira akan muncul ketika kalian ngambil tes-tes internasional. Kayaknya tricky, mungkin ada masih beberapa yang masih bingung, aku kok dari tadi jawabnya salah ya, dan lain-lain. No worry semuanya, memang sekarang kita kayak bahas latihan-latihannya, tapi kalau seandainya kalian mau lebih fokus lagi, itu ada banyak banget rekaman dari IF Talk sebelum-sebelumnya di YouTube kita, IF Surabaya. Kalian bisa langsung cari aja nih untuk lebih fokus lagi. Aku mau ngulang lagi deh soal yang kayak listening skill-nya untuk IELTS-nya doang, atau aku mau ngulang lagi untuk listening skill-nya yang di TOEFL-nya doang. Jadi kalian bisa langsung cari aja, jangan lupa subscribe di YouTube-nya IF Surabaya. Nanti kalian bisa mengulangi lagi nih penjelasan-penjelasan dari Mr. Ashley atau teacher-teacher lainnya terkait listening activity atau listening skill yang dilakukan ketika international test. Jadi no worries, hari ini kita have fun aja, latihan terus. Kalau seandainya jawab salah nggak apa-apa, kalau udah jawab benar congratulations. Dan kalau seandainya kalian ada pertanyaan terkait ini, bisa langsung ketik di kolom chat box aja, karena nanti kalau ada waktu kita akan bahas sama Mr. Ashley. Dan sekarang kita coba latihan terakhir kali ya. Jangan lupa tadi yang pertama, tipsnya untuk mengerjakan listening ini adalah fokus ke kalimat yang kedua. Tapi bukan berarti kalian nggak fokus sama yang pertama juga, karena itu adalah introduction-nya menuju responnya orang kedua. Dan juga be aware sama kira-kira kata-kata yang menjebak, karena tadi ada juga bilang end month, jadi kalian mencari yang ada di jawaban itu end of the month, padahal itu cuman kalimat pelengkap aja dari apa message-nya yang mau disampaikan. Tapi bisa dicoba latihan lagi, karena nanti kalian pasti akan lebih mudah untuk mengerjakannya dengan begitu banyak latihan. Oke, Mr. Ashley, let's try the last one.
Okay, so let's try one more TOEFL exercise here.
Yes.
So we've already practiced. Oh, let me check. I think our sound is on. Hold on, everybody. Let me make sure I have my sound on. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to practice TOEFL one more time before we finish today. So here are your 4 answers. We've got A, she said some terrible things. B, she didn't say anything nice. C, she didn't have any nice things. Or D, she said really wonderful things. Okay, I'll give you 10 seconds just to process those. 6, 3, 2, 1. Okay, everyone, good luck. You will hear the audio one time and type your answer in the chat box. Here we go.
What did Katie say about the job I did?
She couldn't have said nicer things. What does the man say about Katie? TOEFL 4.
There you go.
What did Katie
Do
say
it one
about the
time.
job I did?
She couldn't
First
have said
off,
nicer
what do you
things.
think the answer is? Type your
What does
answer
the
in
man
the
say
chat box
about
now.
Katie?
A, B, C, or D. Oh, you cannot hear the sound? Oh, it played twice? Oh, sorry, it played twice. My bad. When it played twice, I guess you got lucky, guys. You won't have that luck in the class, but okay. What do you think the answer could be? All right, again, we've got a mixture of A, B's, and D's, I think. So let's look at the script. So now, looking at the script, we've got the woman. What did Katie say about the job I did? The man, the second line. She couldn't have said nicer things. The narrator. What does the man say about Katie? Again, have a look at the answers now with the script. What do you think the correct answer is? Type in the chat box. All right, I think we're getting a lot of D's here, a few C's. Okay. So remember, our answer is connected to the second line. So our answer would be D. She said really wonderful things. So this is coming from your understanding of couldn't have and what that means. So she couldn't have said nicer things means there was no way she could say anything better. It's a negative sentence, but it actually means something positive. She couldn't have said nicer things means she gave lots of praise. She couldn't have been more positive. So that's understanding the meaning of couldn't have. Yeah. So a bit tricky, but if you chose D, well done. I think a few of you did choose D. So good job, everybody. Well done if you got it correct. Again, if you didn't get it correct, it's okay. We are still practicing together, ya.
Ya, oke. Nah, ini juga ada banyak beberapa sentence-sentence yang cukup tricky ya, teman-teman. Kayak couldn't have been better, something like that. Tapi yang sebenarnya artinya itu kayak mungkin bisa kebalikannya, atau artinya juga perlu kalian familiar nih sama kalimat-kalimat kayak gitu. Kalau seandainya teman-teman di sini juga nyari untuk mau tahu nih, aku pengen belajar kalimat-kalimat bahasa Inggris yang kayak gitu, bisa cek aja TikToknya IF Surabaya, karena kita ngebahas banyak banget tips-tips bahasa Inggris, kemudian daily conversation, kemudian kayak tricky-tricky part kayak gini, yang kayak dibahas cuma dalam 30 detik video, yang bisa langsung meningkatkan kemampuan bahasa Inggris kalian. Seru banget kan? Tinggal follow aja IF, TikToknya IF di @IF_Surabaya juga. Okay, everyone, are we done with the TOEFL 1? And then can we move on to the IELTS?
Well, I think actually, because our time is probably up for today, what we're going to do instead, guys, is upload another video to do with our IELTS listening, because we're already out of time today.
Oh.
So please stay up to date with our social media channels. It will either be on YouTube or Instagram, and we'll do a IELTS listening together.
Oh, because it's karena hari ini seru banget, kita lanjut part 2. Oke. So, jadi setelah ini nanti kita akan bahas lagi yang IELTS, karena sekarang waktunya udah habis. Tapi Vicky ada info sedikit nih untuk semua teman-teman yang ada di sini. Jadi tadi yang sudah awal dikasih tahu bahwa akan ada fasilitas konsultasi gratis untuk semua partisipan yang hadir di sini. Kalian bisa ngobrol langsung one-on-one, face-to-face sama teacher-teacher IF seperti Mr. Ashley. Caranya gimana? Tinggal WA aja ke nomor HP-nya IF di 0822-2000 dan kasih nama, spasi usia kalian untuk kita jadwalkan dengan schedule cari tahu kemampuan bahasa Inggrisnya ini. Hanya untuk peserta yang hadir di sini ya, gratisnya. Bisa untuk teman-teman kalian, bisa untuk putra-putrinya, seandainya di sini ada orang tua, atau seandainya mau ngajak kakak atau adik, boleh banget, ngajak temennya juga bisa. Tinggal didaftarin aja. Dan nanti bisa di schedule, kalian seandainya pengen online aja supaya bisa fleksibel waktunya, atau datang ke IF Center terdekat. Dan Vicky juga mau kasih info untuk selanjutnya akan ada seminar di 2 minggu lagi. Seminar 2 minggu lagi ini topiknya tentang apa nih kira-kira? Bisa lihat di layar ya. Dan untuk early bird, kalian juga bisa daftar untuk seminar selanjutnya langsung di link yang akan dibantu kirimkan di chat box. Jadi langsung daftar aja sekarang. Itu sama Mr. Ashley lagi ya, skill focus number 2, mastering reading skill. Jadi nanti kita akan ngebahas gimana caranya untuk bisa mengerjakan reading dengan mudah dan tentu aja dengan Mr. Ashley lagi. Jadi kalau seandainya kalian mau ketemu lagi sama Mr. Ashley di 2 minggu lagi, jangan lupa daftar untuk link yang ada di chat box. Dan tadi juga Vicky mau ingetin, udah sempet screenshot nggak nih? Atau nanti di akhir kita akan ada sesi foto-foto ya. Kita smile dulu semuanya untuk teman-teman di sini bisa screenshot dan masukkan di dalam story supaya nanti kalian berkesempatan untuk mendapatkan 2 pouch dari IF Merchandise Original yang akan kita kasih gratis untuk yang beruntung pada pagi hari ini. Dan everyone ya,
Is there also a survey for them to complete for certificate, Miss Vicky?
Yes, of course. We would really love. Kita pengen banget dengar feedback dari kalian tentang seminar kita pada pagi hari ini dan kira-kira materi apa aja sih yang kalian mau untuk dibahas di seminar-seminar selanjutnya. Caranya untuk ngisi surveinya gimana? Tinggal diklik aja link yang ada di dalam chat box atau di scan nih yang ada di layar. Bisa pakai HP-nya kalian, copy di browser. Dan nanti, kerennya nih, setelah kalian sudah ngisi survei, kalian akan langsung dikirimkan e-certificate dan juga link material yang hari ini dibahas sama Mr. Ashley. Jadi jangan lupa ngisi survei karena kita pengen banget dengar apa feedback dari kalian dan juga ini adalah link untuk claim e-certificate yang nanti akan kita kirimkan ke emailnya kalian. Okay, Mr. Ashley?
Yeah, great. So everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully that helped with some strategies to help you with listening tests in the future, as well as some general listening skills, how to be active, how to try to improve your listening skills. And yes, I will see you again in 2 weeks for reading, and keep a lookout for our IELTS listening as well, as we'll be uploading that soon.
Yay. Oke, thank you so much ya semuanya yang udah join. Senang banget sama ketemunya di sini hari ini. Dan kita nggak sabar untuk ketemu lagi sama kalian. Dan pertanyaan-pertanyaan yang masuk akan kita tampung. Dan juga IELTS-nya akan kita masukkan ke sosial media. Jadi jangan lupa untuk stay tune sama sosial medianya IF di @IF_Surabaya untuk TikTok, YouTube, dan juga Instagram. Bye-bye everyone. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Goodbye from Mr. Ashley too.
All right. Thank you, everybody. See you next time. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a great weekend.